What's up, guys? This is Bulvi the Fell-Handed. I am back. I am alive. I had to take a step back, from the whole YouTube World of Tanks situation. I just needed a little bit of break. And, I'm sure the break is a little bit more than a lot of people would have liked. But you know what? It was very therapeutic. But now I'm going to try to get back on the grind. Wargaming has given me a number of new tanks: the Captured Tiger, the Prima Victoria, what's the other one, King Tiger. So expect to see those videos coming soon, but for right now I needed to stretch my legs, and we're doing so in the Tier 6 Cromwell Snakebite premium tank. Really fast bugger, and we are on Prokhorovka. And this, guys, this is the way you want to scout. Now, if you really look at this, essentially I'm just doing a big figure 8. When I drop back down in the hole and I come back up on ready to make my other run, normally I have broken contact. Now, see, as you can see here, I'm still 6th sense a little bit, so I'm kind of cautious because, the guys in the back there, right around J1, J2, can still get shots on me. So I have to be aware of that, as well as we have somebody pushing right here almost on top of me. So you have to have a lot of map awareness. And a lot of times, you see these guys like this right here. You're too focused on what's going on around you, and then you end up running into another tank or, a piece of the terrain. So that's kind of how it goes. So right now, guys, off the gate, we are pulling some amazing assist damage. And all we're doing is we're staying mobile, we're peeking over the top, we're pulling assist damage, and while we're still farming that assist damage, we're trying to break contact, coming back up, and spotting some more targets. And what you have to be cautious of, and I've said this time and time again, is, you may be hulled down from the guys back there, say J45 sitting in the middle, but you're not any kind of cover to the guys back there at H1J1. So you just have to keep that in mind, that the terrain rises and falls, so you have to keep that in mind. Now, as you can see here, I'm putting a little extra coverage on this side. I feel like the gentleman right there at G6, I feel like he's going to push, and if he pushes, I want people to have eyes on him so they can start getting shots on him before he even pulls off the line, so to speak. So anyway, now guys, you'll notice also we are not taking any stationary shots. Right now we're just essentially farming this assist damage as well as running into other people. We are wide open. Loading Heat and I are out here making it happen. And guys, this is what scouts need to do. They need to be on the front line, they need to be pulling assist damage, and preferably moving a lot and not getting shot. I see a lot of people, they go out there and they get really tore up within the first 60 seconds. That's not going to do anybody good, because if you go out there, you get yourself down to a one shot, then what kind of plans do you have for the rest of the game? Well, there's not going to be much of any, because if somebody gets a lucky shot on you, and it happens, that's a wrap for you. So right now, Loading Heat, I told him to see if he could get me that Tiger so I could put some long range rounds in him, because I've seen enough of the battlefield. I kind of know where everybody's located at. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. I just kind of planned to pull up, take some shots of that Tiger if I could. Now the downside is, if he moves up too far down the 1-2 line, then I have to pull up further to shoot him. So I go ahead and change my focus to the guys on the hill. I'm also kind of curious about, who's got guns on me, who's got eyes on me back there at J6, J7. There's always campers at the end of the map there, so I'm very cautious. Looks like somebody gets a lucky shot on that gentleman, got his ammo rack. Bravo. So, we're going to go ahead and get moving again. And, it's good to take shots, but you don't want that to be your only role. You're not a frontline fighter. You are, this entire vehicle is nothing but finesse. Now, there's that gentleman I was going to try to get shots on earlier. It didn't really happen for me, but, I'm going to keep it moving. And the idea here is the longer I'm out here on the board, the better chance I have of just letting him have it, you know, after he's been worn down, after people have taken pot shots at him, you know, after some of his compadres die. And we're making it happen right now by farming all this assisted damage. This is the team putting in work. Now, granted, of course, if you don't have a lot of shooters in the mid, or not necessarily the mid, but, you know, on the back line, I mean, even the AB line in the corner there on the 1-2 is fine. I mean, you kind of look, our particular team is spread out a little bit, but if for some reason they all go to the hill over there, say F0, they're pushing that, there's not really a whole lot of use for us to be here. So it's all situational. You can't come in here and, you know, run this mid here and say, okay, well, Bullvi told me to. I need to come down here and do it. Bye-bye, T29. You know, because that would kind of be folly. You wouldn't necessarily want to do that all the time. It is all situational, just like everything else in this game. I am kind of making a little bit of a foolhardy move here. I want to get out here. I know there's a lot of guys in this corner. I want to get them spotted. I feel like they have some other things they can shoot at aside from me. I am taking a little bit of fire, but you know what? We have the Versace V12 going wide open, and we're just kind of, you know, dipping and diving and dodging. We're taking a little bit of rounds, but you know what? That's fine. I mean, the snake bite is not, you know, it has some HP. It can take some damage. So, you know, use your health points wisely. And I figured, you know what? If I made this last push, there's nobody in that area but me. There's some guys pushing up. If I can get some good spots, then I will get all that assist damage. And that's kind of how it went. Now, I don't have any marks on this tank. I just kind of started playing this. I think I've got somewhere between 12, 14, 16 games, somewhere around there. And you know, I'm not a light tank guy. I am slowly learning to play every single class of tank and play them well. But you know what? I've taken this break. I'm trying to get back into it. It's nowhere near as frustrating for me. You know, I was playing the other day and I said, man, I used to be good at this game. And that's a sad truth, you know. World of Tanks is a very, very competitive game. And if you don't keep that skill up, you lose it. Now, granted, of course, you know, I'm kind of starting to get it back. I'm getting back to my old habits, but you know, there was a time where I haven't played regularly for a while. I mean, I was getting so much footage thrown at me and so on and so forth. You know, with Wargaming coming out and giving me all these tanks, I said, you know, hey, I need to start playing on a regular basis so I can go out here and not make a fool of myself. Anyway, guys, you know, we've got one tank left. We're going to go ahead and see if we can't get rid of him. Maybe if I'm lucky, bam, I can get in the last shot. So we did very, very well. Got a lot of assist damage. Got a couple of kills. Did some straight damage. So we did a little bit of work here. 1061 damage, 3734. So right about 4,700 overall. Guys, I really hope you enjoy. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you guys next time.